All right, Merry Christmas. I just wanted to share some gift ideas with you, some tools that I use. You can check links in the video description. I'll have everything organized there. So here's just some things I use regularly. Got a 1/2-inch torque wrench. This would be good for, anything with the wheels. A lot of the other things I use a torque wrench for, I would use the 3/8 torque wrench. This would be for like differential fluid, transmission, transfer case assembly, stuff like that. Also, just for leverage, there's a 1/2-inch breaker bar to get torque, like if you had a wheel lug nut that was difficult. It's a 3/8-inch breaker bar. I use these all the time. This would be like for wheels, sockets particular to wheels. Get different jack pads to put, or you can put these to protect your pinch welds when you're jacking up near a pinch weld. This is a laser tape measure where you can just hold it and it tells you how far away you are from something. I use these all the time. These Bosch, I think it's 100 or 150 foot. I think these are only like $38. Got all kinds of gloves that I use regular, and mechanics brand work gloves. Just different things. Some that have knuckle protection when you're working under the car. Got some padding on things of that nature. Things like tire pressure gauges to put air in tires. This is just an air pressure gauge that's very nice. A digital readout. Some wrenches I would recommend. I got links in the description on a set of these extendable ratchets. So if you've never used an extendable ratchet, it starts off as a normal size, but if you have something that's torqued, you just slide it out and it's longer for when you need to break it free, and then you can slide it back to the short setting and you can go in between as well. So I use these all the time. Also, I have a set of 3 on a more expensive side, a set of gear wrenches in the description, and this gear wrench set is extremely nice. They flex at the end, just really heavy duty. It's got a 1/2 inch like that. It allows you to come in at an angle. This is the 3/8, and this is the stubby right there. So that's what those are. This is a socket extension set. These are a real good value. So you can have your 1/2 inch, 3/8 inch, and 1/4 inch, and it gives you an extension. So if you had to, reach something and it was, you had to reach in between stuff, you could pop that extension on there and then put your socket on the end of there, and then that gives you ability to reach things of that nature. So also, and this has everything, a carry case in there. Just trying to think of other things that you might benefit from using. There's all sorts of cheap funnels you can get, but if you want to invest in, these are kind of like a rubber material. They really sit in there nice, have a good handle. I use these 2 different sizes quite a bit. If you have a Honda or Hyundai product, got this for oil that spins right onto your oil cap, so you don't have to worry about any spillage, things of that nature. This is for transmission fluid. It's got a stainless steel. You can bend it however you want to go in there real solid. Has a handle to hold it. Has a filter built in. That's a good value. One thing I use on the channel all the time are these MIDWAUKEE fluid extractors. I got this small one. I got it taken apart right now to let it dry. But these are like basically just a giant syringe is all they are. And so I use this to get fluid out or put fluid in. like for rear differential fluids and things of that nature. And then I have the big boy right here that I bought a few months ago, so that I don't have to fill that up as often. So this is really just a giant syringe. Again, you can take fluid out or put fluid in with those, and I use those all the time. Another thing I use all the time for adding fluids are these 2 quart or 2 liter pitchers, 5 quart or 5 liter. I know that quarts and liters are slightly different, but they have the measurements for both. I just do things in quarts. And then what I do is I mark mine so that I can go to the point, you know, the 1/10 of a quart. And I've got this one marked so that I can, for the 1/2 a quart on this big one. But, you know, if you need 5.7 quarts of oil or something like that, you can put your 0.7 in here and then open up like a 5 quart jug and pour the whole thing in. Or if you have a partially open jug, you can pour it in here, see how much you got, get it up to the right amount, and know that you're putting in what you're supposed to. For used fluid, you know, what do we do with this fluid when we change the oil and all that? Well, I use a funnel. You can use really any funnel you want, but I have this 2.5 gallon jug that doesn't leak, that I can, you know, I collect it in here. I bought this at Walmart, this black thing. I have a no splatter pad in there. That's a Lyle pad. I have links of that in the video description. I cut a hole in it for the drain so that when the oil is pouring in there, or your transmission fluid or whatever, it doesn't splatter, and it catches your drain bolt and all that if you need to. Put this in here, take this up to the recycle. I've got all that in there. And so anyway, I just wanted to share with you some ideas if you're looking for something for Christmas. So check the links in the video description, and please have a Merry Christmas.